Welcome back, everybody, to A Course in Miracles workbook for students. Today is lesson 44, and it goes like this. God is the light in which I see. Number 1, today we are continuing the idea for yesterday, or in this case, last Friday, adding another dimension to it. You cannot see in the darkness, and you cannot make light. You can make darkness and then think you can see in it. But light reflects life and is therefore an aspect of creation. Creation and darkness cannot coexist, but light and life must go together, being but different aspects of creation.
In order to see, you must recognize that light is within, not without. You do not see outside yourself, nor is the equipment for seeing outside you. An essential part of this equipment is the light that makes seeing possible. It is with you always, making vision possible to every circumstance.
Today we are going to attempt to reach that light. For this purpose, we will use a form of exercise which has been suggested before and which we will utilize increasingly. It is a particularly difficult form for the undisciplined mind and represents a major goal of mind training. It requires precisely what the untrained mind lacks. Yet this training must be accomplished if you are to see.
Have at least 3 practice periods today, each lasting 3 to 5 minutes. A longer time is highly recommended, but only if you find the time slipping by with little or no sense of strain. The form of practice we will use today is the most natural and easy one in the world for the trained mind, just as it seems to be the most unnatural and difficult for the untrained mind.
Your mind is no longer wholly untrained. You are quite ready to learn the form of exercise we will use today, but you may find that you will encounter strong resistance. The reason is very simple. While you practice in this way, you leave behind everything that you now believe and all the thoughts that you have made up. Properly speaking, this is the release from hell. Yet perceived through the ego's eyes, it is a loss of identity and a descent into hell.
If you can stand aside from the ego by ever so little, you will have no difficulty in recognizing that its opposition and its fears are meaningless. You might find it helpful to remind yourself from time to time that to reach light is to escape from darkness. Whatever you may believe to the contrary, God is the light in which you see. You are attempting to reach Him.
Begin the practice period by repeating today's idea with your eyes open and close them slowly, repeating the idea several times more. Then try to sink into your mind, letting go every kind of interference and intrusion by quietly sinking past them. Your mind cannot be stopped in this unless you choose to stop it. It is merely taking its natural course. Try to observe your passing thoughts without involvement and slip quietly by them.
While no particular approach is advocated for this form of exercise, what is needful is a sense of the importance of what you are doing, its inestimable value to you, and an awareness that you are attempting something very holy. Salvation is your happiest accomplishment. It is also the only one that has any meaning, because it is the only one that has any real use to you at all.
If resistance rises in any form, pause long enough to repeat today's idea, keeping your eyes closed unless you are aware of fear. In that case, you will probably find it more reassuring to open your eyes briefly. Try, however, to return to the exercises with your eyes closed as soon as possible.
If you are doing the exercises correctly, you should experience some sense of relaxation and even a feeling that you are approaching, if not actually entering into light, I see. Try to think of light, formless and without limit, as you pass by the thoughts of this world. And do not forget that they cannot hold you to the world unless you give them the power to do so.
Throughout the day, repeat the idea often, with eyes open or closed, as seems better to you at the time. But do not forget, above all, be determined not to forget today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tracy.
Your mind is no longer wholly untrained. You are quite ready to learn the form of exercise we will use today, but you may find that you will encounter strong resistance. The reason is very simple. While you practice in this way, you leave behind everything that you now believe and all the thoughts that you have made up. How refreshing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Leave all that, right? This
The
is the
word,
release
yeah.
from hell.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely.
The word control comes to mind.
Right.
In what way?
To leave behind control.
Ah,
Yeah.
It's a thought of control.
Yeah. To hang on what you thought you believed.
yeah.
Yeah. And then needing to control something that's uncontrollable.
Mm-hmm. If you can stand aside from the ego by ever so little, you will have no difficulty in recognizing that its opposition and its fears are meaningless. You might find it helpful to remind yourself from time to time that to reach light is to escape the darkness, whatever you may believe to the contrary. God is the light in which you see. You are attempting to reach him. So, yeah. So it's another process of seeing the ego
Mm-hmm.
and um, and noticing the thoughts that come that are not from the light, and just noticing them and going, okay, we can pivot and find the light in this
Mm-hmm.
and be the light in that.
Yeah. Lightness. Lightness of spirit.
Right? Yes.
Lightness.
I'm just rereading some of this.
I know there's a lot here. It's
There is a
lovely.
lot to hear.
Yeah, the first couple of lines were very, very, very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot see in darkness, and you cannot make light.
Yeah.
Like that says it all.
Yeah. Right?
Because what this world is darkness, and we're trying to make light in it.
Yeah.
We're trying to make it real.
Yes. But light reflects life.
All right. So anything we see, like good and bad, right and wrong, we we don't have the ability or the capability of judging any of it.
Mm-hmm. In order to see, you must recognize that light is within, not without.
Yeah.
You do not see outside yourself, nor is the equipment for seeing outside of you.
The equipment for seeing. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is
No,
with
we're the
you always.
projector. We're the projector of light.
Mm.
Yeah.
And so, okay, I'm just going through the lesson here at number 4. Have at least 3 practice periods today, each lasting 3 to 5 minutes. A longer time is highly recommended. And so, what are we being asked to do? Just repeat the idea, God is the light in which I see.
Yes.
Yeah. Pardon me. I
Which
think
there's, yeah,
it's
sorry.
like asking you to meditate. That's what it feels like, to sit quietly and just meditate on God is the light in which I see.
Okay.
Yeah. And just emptying, really just allowing the mind to be emptied of all thought.
Mm-hmm.
Good and bad.
Because so many of them before have, verses and little sentences to repeat to yourself.
And the resistance would be, statements within the mind that's judging something
Right.
Yeah,
and
like
just
this
to
is a dumb
overlook.
thing to do, or
Right, right.
or any
I
of
don't
those
have
sort of
time. Yeah, I don't have time for that.
bodily things that are icky. Now that we
Mhm.
recognize them, they're icky. What was that, Nina? Nina? Sorry, God.
Not making that real. God is the light in which I see.
Yes, it is.
Uh, good, perfect. That's it. That's all I had to say.
Okay.
Because whatever I was thinking before that, I don't remember. Hmm.
The reason is very simple. While you practice in this way, you leave behind everything that you now believe and all the thoughts that you have made up. So all the thoughts that we have made up are hell,
Mhm.
and we are just thinking simply, God is the light in which I see,
Mhm.
which of course adds upon last lesson, God is my source. I cannot see apart from him.
Mhm.
And things like perception has no function in God and does not exist. Perception has no meaning. Healed perception becomes the means by which the Son of God forgives his brother and thus forgives himself. You cannot see apart from God because you cannot be apart from God. So we're just practicing and remembering
Mhm.
that God is the light in which I see. And once you know this material, for example,
Yep.
there's no going back. There's no
Right.
going back to, you know, or there is, and then you just forgive
Mm.
yourself and notice and then remember.
Yeah, where
Yep.
does it say something about identity or did it say that? Can't remember.
Yes. In the last line of number 5, yet perceived through the ego's eyes, it is loss of identity and a descent into hell.
Mhm.
Is that what you were saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. So it's like we've known each other for quite a while now, and you call me Nina, right? So the judgment is like I have an identity,
Right.
right? And and it's being threatened because I
Mm.
made it real.
Mm.
You
Right.
see? Like if I called you something, like if I called you Annie, say,
Yeah.
that would feel like, what would that feel like?
I get
It,
called Annie all the time. I know what you mean, though.
yeah, okay.
Mhm.
I just have another friend that lives in Germany, and we were on a call the other day, and it was like, Nina, 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 Nina.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. So, yeah. So then it's like, oh, who are you?
Right. So, but the thing is, the attachment to the identity causes conflict in the
Yeah.
Mm.
mind,
Yeah.
right? Because it can be changed, it can be altered, it can be forgotten, it can be misused or whatever. And
Yeah.
then
Mhm.
there's this threat of identity.
Well, and by using your name, also it feels separate. If does that make sense? It feels
What does
separate. Like you and I are separate because you are
I
Nina
am a name and you're a name? Yes.
and I am a name.
Mhm.
Yes.
It makes it feel separate.
Yeah.
Yes. And I often got called Nina, right? Like I have early memories when I was in school,
Mhm.
right from grade one. So I was set up with a trauma about my name.
Mm.
Right.
It's not real, but and over the course of my whole lifetime, I've I've come to forgive all of it, right? But it's just a reminder of that where I made it real. I
Mm.
made
Yeah.
my identity real, and
Mhm.
I felt like separate. I felt a sense of separation,
Mhm.
Yeah.
right? And so this last sentence, yet perceived through the ego's eyes, it is a loss of identity and a descent into hell. So letting go of the identity feels like hell.
Right.
But it's actually what we're actually doing now is
Yeah.
Yes.
letting it go, and it's actually a good thing.
Yes.
Because it's so fear-based, that's why it would feel like hell.
It's so solid and it feels so
Yeah.
real. But to actually let go of something that feels real but it's not, that's the test in a way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mhm.
So anything that feels real will be tested today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we can look upon and go, oh, like
Yeah.
the God is the light in which I see, not my identity.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's
So the rain I see is not really real.
April
Yeah, it
showers
is.
bring May flowers.
yeah.
If you weren't getting wet, then it wouldn't be real.
Yeah. What is we don't know what anything is. We don't know what wetness is. We don't know what
Mm-hmm.
anything is.
Exactly.
We've just come to conceive of it based on our past
Pulling the past
definitions of
back
it.
into it.
Yeah.
And then that goes all the way back to,
Without
the early lessons. I see nothing as it is now. My mind is preoccupied with past thoughts because that's,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I'm getting wet. It must be raining. I see
right.
only the past.
Yes.
These, nothing I see means anything. I do not
But yeah.
understand. So we're just practicing that we know nothing. I am never upset for the reason I think. I
Mhm.
see only the past. My mind is preoccupied with old. So yeah, we're
Yeah.
going to experience everything from from God's sight, not from mine. I
Right.
was going to say perception, but perception is not God,
Mm.
right?
Right. Perceptions based on past definitions
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then repeating them, perpetuating them, and reinforcing them.
And
Mm-hmm.
making
Like
those real
to
again.
actually experience rain without a thought of it, like without a conception of it or
Mm.
a past image of it, like it would be so brand new. It we wouldn't know what it is. It'd be like experiencing something for the very first time,
Yeah.
Yes. Right. So
right?
instead of
And
going out, letting Joey out for a pee and going, oh, it's miserable, it's dark, and it's like, what the heck is this? It's wet. It's something's on my face,
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
going back to that true innocence. Like, I don't know
yes,
what any of this is. Oh my goodness.
yes, it's
Just
innocence.
it's innocence.
Yeah.
Innocence is removing the past. Has to
Yes,
be.
removing definitions, labels,
Mm.
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Totally.
Because yeah, my first thought was, oh, it's pouring rain. Blah, blah. If it brought if I just had no
Preconceived ideas about it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, what is this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. It's like being a little child and always asking your mommy, "What is this?
Yeah,
What is this?" And then your
exactly.
mommy replying, "I don't know, honey. I
Right?
don't know. I don't know what this is. This is this is mystery. This is it's undefinable."
What
Right.
sh- what should we decide it is?
Yeah, you can decide whatever it
Exactly.
is. It's up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the co-creation because it's way up in the beginning. It says something about co-creating.
Oh yeah, the first number one, last line or
Creation and darkness cannot coexist, but light and life must go together, being but different aspects of creation. Yeah, I highlighted that.
yeah, creation and darkness cannot coexist. But
Right.
light and life must go together, being but different aspects of creation. Oh, so we are the light, like God is the light, we are the light. And then
Yeah.
life is just an extension of that light.
Mm.
Yeah.
So it's just all one whole aspect.
Yeah. In order to see, you must recognize that light is within, not without. You do not see outside yourself, nor is the equipment for seeing outside you. an essential part of this equipment is the light that makes seeing possible. It is with you always, making vision possible in every circumstance.
So light and life must be the absence of darkness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And darkness is separation, like there's an inside and an outside,
Mm.
but that doesn't exist. There's just light and life, and it's all whole and complete.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot see in darkness and you cannot make light. You can make darkness and then think you see in it, but light reflects life and therefore is an aspect of creation. Light and life must go together, being but different aspects of creation.
Yeah, that first part has a lot in it.
Mm-hmm.
So we shouldn't be thinking of light and darkness as opposite of each other.
Right.
It's only light and life, and the
Yes.
absence of those two things equals darkness,
Right.
which is the
And the
separation
separating
from
of them,
God. Yeah.
is actually
Mm-hmm.
the darkness.
Right. Right. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. That is the release from hell.
Yeah.
Pardon
Yeah.
me.
Mm.
And not at all what we've been taught.
Not at all.
This is the ego's rule
Yeah.
or world.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That to me is the Great Awakening, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not about the WEF and it's not about this, that, and the other thing. It's this.
Mm-hmm.
You might find it helpful to remind yourself from time to time that to reach light is to escape from darkness, whatever you may believe to the contrary. God is the light in which you see. You are attempting to reach Him. To reach light is to escape from darkness.
And darkness is fear.
Yeah.
Like it's actually making it real. Like
Mm-hmm.
fear of something different, something separated or divided or dark, and making it real, which is hell. But it's not real. It's just believed as real.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Or perceived. Yeah.
Perceived. Yeah, perceived as real.
So then try to sink into your mind in the practice period, letting go of every kind of interference and intrusion by quietly sinking past them. Your mind cannot be stopped in this unless you choose to stop it. It is merely taking its natural course. So it's our natural course. If we,
Where is that? Sorry.
this is number 7.
Okay.
Um, so then we're trying, when we sit quietly, we're getting past all the intrusive thoughts that are lies and ego and whatever, darkness.
Mm.
And then once we stop those, then we surrender into the light. And
Mm-hmm.
it cannot be stopped. It's merely taking its natural course. And that's why
Right.
we're kept so darn busy all day long,
Yeah.
to be distracted from
Mm-hmm.
our true
Yeah.
essence and our true source.
Yeah.
And it makes us all uncomfortable, mostly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Until you are used to this and when you find
Mhm.
that peace, that's what you want. We are peace.
Mhm.
We are peace. Our soul is peace. But we're so distracted by all the things we have to do and keep busy and make for dinner and whatever it is that we have to do when
Does it
really
take
there's
away our
nothing.
peace though? That's
Yeah,
the question.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So it cannot be stopped unless you choose to stop it. But by being quiet, this is our natural course. Try to observe your passing thoughts without involvement and slip quietly by them.
Mm-hmm.
How
Yeah.
beautiful is that?
Mm-hmm.
So all the things we do during the day, it's not what we're doing that's dividing, it's how we're looking upon it.
Yeah.
It's how our attitude towards it or our resistance towards it that separates us from the light.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was on my knees cleaning the patio, and I, I mean, you could look at that and go, "Oh, this is such a horrible chore.
Yep.
I don't like this," and just be divided within yourself about it,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
or don't even pay any attention to thoughts and
Yep.
just be in happy within yourself. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter what task you're doing then
Yes.
at all. Like you just and if you don't like a task, well, that's you don't have to force yourself.
Well, and that's the thoughts we're trying to slip by. Oh, I
Mm-hmm.
don't like being on my knees. My knees hurt. I don't like this job. And yet, what a privilege. Well, not even a privilege. It's not to be able to recognize the thoughts that we are creating in our
Yeah.
ego mind, that if we just slip past and go, well, of course I'm going to wash the deck so that it's a beautiful space to be in the light.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's joyful. Like if it's bringing you joy, then it's
Yes.
it's building it's building the light within us.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's mm.
While no particular approach is advocated for this form of exercise, what is needful is a sense of the importance of what you are doing, its inestimable value to you, and awareness you are attempting something very holy. Salvation is your happiest accomplishment. So even doing the chores, being in your happiest, like removing the thoughts that make it anything other than peaceful, loving,
Yeah.
holy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, you are with yourself.
Yeah.
It's like that's the love, right? That's the light.
Yep.
Yeah. See, in number 10, if you were doing the exercises correctly, which we could be doing anytime we're
Mm-hmm.
doing anything,
Hmm.
you should experience a sense of relaxation and even a feeling you are approaching, if not entering, actually entering into the light. And do not forget
Warmness.
that they cannot hold you to the world unless you give them the power to do so.
That's a really important statement right there.
Mm-hmm.
The thoughts. Thoughts cannot hold you to the world unless you give them the power to do so.
Yeah,
So we have given our thoughts all the meaning that they have.
which is
Mm-hmm.
a lesson. What
Yeah.
what lesson was that?
We
I've
have
given
given.
all the meaning to the world that it has for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one, isn't it? I've given everything I see all the meaning that it has for me.
Number
And
Mm-hmm.
two,
also can
actually.
say, I have given everything I think all
I
the
have
meaning
given
that it has.
everything I see in this room all the meaning it has for me.
Yep.
Number one is nothing I see in this room means anything. But then number two, I have given everything I see all the meaning it has for me.
And you can replace see with think.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
It's because our seeing is how we see things.
Yep.
And
So it's
believe
how
and
we think about
all the words, we
Mm-hmm.
can substitute that for sure.
it. Mhm. And
Beautiful.
feel too.
And feel, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, God is the light in which I think. God is the light in which, well, that's later. Sorry, it's another lesson.
Well, exactly. But they all build on each other, so it's inevitable that it's going to go
Yeah,
that way. So
Yeah.
that's the
yeah.
beautiful thing about all these lessons. And I just
Mm-hmm.
got goosebumps all over my body.
Mm.
right? So it's like,
Yeah.
oh, it just makes every day so exciting. And what am I going to learn today? And, what am I going to remember today?
Yeah.
How, and, to just bring in the peace of God, the love of God, then, there isn't anything else.
Yeah. That's right.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, let's end
Music,
the recording there. Oh my
music.
goodness.
Boom.
And then, of course, we're going to chat, but you guys don't, anyone listening's not going to get
Actually,
into our chat. Thanks for joining us today.